Senator, things are really heating up now on the campaign trail, so if you don't mind, I want to ask you a domestic policy question, a straight talk question, if you will. In retrospect, was it a mistake for you to vote against the Bush tax cuts?
No, because I had significant tax cuts and there was restraint of spending included in my proposal. I saw no restraint in spending. We presided over the greatest increase in the size of government since the Great Society. Spending went completely out of control. It's still out of control. Wasteful pork barrel and earmark spending is a disgrace, and it caused us to alienate our Republican base. So these tax cuts need to be made permanent, otherwise they would have the effect of tax increases. But look, if we had gotten spending under control, we'd be talking about more tax cuts today.
But Senator, specifically on tax cuts, even though these tax cuts, they help the economy grow, the deficit, which you were concerned about at the time, has actually gone down. So if you had it to do over again, you would still vote against the Bush tax cuts?
Well, actually the deficit is still significant. The spending is out of control. Corruption is there in Washington because of the wasteful and earmark spending. I say that because we have former members of Congress now residing in federal prison. I fought against the earmark pork barrel spending. I've never received nor asked for one from my state in 24 years. And I was in the Reagan Revolution with Phil Gramm. I suggest you ask Phil Gramm and Warren Rudman and those fiscal hawks about my clear record of being a fiscal conservative. And when our base heard about the bridge to nowhere, we lost our base, my friend, and I'll restore trust and confidence, and I'll make the tax cuts permanent, but I'll stop spending so that Americans can have trust and confidence in their government again.
Senator, yeah, no one can question your credentials on fighting government waste, and Phil Gramm is a great fiscal conservative and he's on your team, but you are saying you stick by your vote. It was the right thing to vote against the Bush tax cuts.
Yes, Rich, perhaps I'm speaking in a different language to you. I've never been clear that I wanted spending restraint as part of those tax cuts. And so as a part, I would have restrained spending. And if we had restrained spending, as we should have, then as part of that package, then we would be talking about further tax cuts today. And I want to add, these tax cuts must be made permanent. Yeah, they must be made permanent.